Hi, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Brendan. Today is Get to Know the Team Part 2. So last time we met Hanifa and asked her some personal and business questions, and we're going to pretty much do the same to someone that a lot of you have worked with for a number of years now, Brandon Cardarelli. So Brandon's been with the team actually for longer than I've been with the team. And we could probably get into that at a later date, but long story short, when this business became the business that Brandon was hired into, I moved to a different location and Brandon stayed on. So Brandon actually has one extra year of tenure than I do. So he technically is the longest tenured person at Waymark Wealth. So that's a little bit of an introduction to Brandon, but as I mentioned, most of you have already worked with Brandon in the past, so you know him quite well. But this is going to talk, just like we did with Hanifa, talk a little bit about what he does on a day-to-day basis, but also get into some of the personal questions. So let's jump right in. So Brandon, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, let's jump right on in. So the first question I have for you is, what do you do? So
Yes.
on a day-to-day basis, what are some of the things that you do that obviously things that you do that everyone knows about, but also some of the things that maybe some of the people don't know about?
Perfect. Perfect. So I feel like I do a wide range of things. Obviously, a lot of people know when I started out in the back end doing a lot of the servicing issues or general service type requests, whether it's paperwork, setting up new accounts, helping with transitions, trades, and kind of got my feet wet with getting my licensing and moved up slowly but surely, doing more trading, rebalancing of the portfolios, helping with withdrawals or distributions, as well as transfers as well. And now some of you see me doing more and more FaceTime as my role is kind of shifting a little bit to getting to know you guys, doing data gathering meetings, as well as some other service meetings. So a lot of you meet with some of you starting to meet with me more regularly as well. So I hope to kind of continue with that path, meeting more of you on a servicing type level to actually review your accounts while still also handling some of the other type service issues. So always open door, feel free, email, call, always here to help.
Got it. So what are some of the things that you like most about your job? Like, what are some of the things that motivate you?
Just some of the things is just helping clients, get them the answers that they want, get it quickly, efficiently, and help them inch closer to their goals every single day. It's always great to hear, someone accomplishing something because we helped them with it, or the gratitude of, something was, you know, uh, maybe was quick and easy for us to do, but it's been in the back of their mind trying to get through it for a while, and just helping them get over that little hump really made their day. So that's type of things that kind of motivate me, and love about this job. You can really help someone out, even if it's something very little.
Got it. And talk to us about your background. So what did you do before you actually started working for the first iteration of Waymark, which at that time was Michael Scott and Associates?
Yeah, before that, believe it or not, I've only actually held one other position. I used to work on a tour boat in Plymouth, where I still live.
So for
And I worked
for
on
those
this.
people that don't live in the New England area, Plymouth, like talk about what's so special about Plymouth.
Oh, yes, the home of the famous Plymouth Rock and the Pilgrims. But yes, I've lived here my whole life. And I, for 7 years prior to working at Waymark or Michael Scott and Associates. It was the famous Pilgrim Bell for 7 years of my life, where I was a deck handler on a tour boat. We did tours of Plymouth on the water, and at night there was usually functions, whether it's birthday parties, anniversary parties, or just themed nights like Margaritaville nights, where we had someone impersonating Jimmy Buffett played Jimmy Buffett songs. So all sorts of things. It was obviously being on the water was awesome, especially during the summer times. I get to enjoy the nice weather.
Got it. So did you always want to be a financial planner when you were younger, or was there another, or did you want to be a deckhand on a riverboat in Plymouth Harbor?
Great question. I really never knew what I wanted to do. And I would say as a younger kid, just like anyone else, I either wanted to be a baseball player, or I don't know, I got a fascination when I was really young to be a police officer, but once grew up and that was when I was very small. But then obviously hitting high school and college, I really didn't know what I wanted to be. I did go to college to become an accountant. But as I kind of neared that graduation period, I didn't know how well of a fit it was. I enjoyed parts of it, but definitely not all aspects of it. And luckily, this job popped up, and it seems to be a great fit, and I've enjoyed it ever since I started right out
Got
of
it.
school.
All right. Well, let's switch to a couple fun questions. So, uh,
Yeah.
describe your perfect weekend. What's a perfect weekend for Brandon Cardarelli?
Well, for those of you who do know me, my perfect weekend, and during the summertime at least, is usually spent on our boat with the family and sometimes the dog. Nice weather, good company on the boat, on the beach, just playing in the sand or on the water and just relaxing.
And that's not a lake
And
boat. That's a different boat, correct? You're not on a lake doing water skiing or anything like that, right?
No, we're not on a lake. We're on Plymouth Bay, Plymouth Harbor. So I don't typically go far, but it gets us around. We have taken it to P-Town. We have taken it down
What
to
is
the Cape Cod
Brandon? Again,
Canal.
we have people from Texas. So what is a P
I
town?
apologize. I apologize. Provincetown, the tip of the Cape, on the little kind of hook there and on the top there. It's a straight shot from Plymouth over. So probably takes us maybe about an hour on the boat to go over there. So it's quite a journey. We've seen all sorts of sea animals. Obviously, Brennan was on it last summer when we got to see some seals. We've seen whales. Luckily, knock on wood, we have not seen any sharks, but we've seen all sorts of other types of fish out there. So, got to keep your eyes open at all times.
Got it. Okay, final question. Let's wrap this thing up. So, talk to the audience about something that they don't know about you. Again, you've been with us for a long time. There's a lot of people that have maybe worked with you for over a decade. What's something that they might not know about you?
Might not know. Well, I'd probably say, and maybe if you paid attention to the one and only coffee talk that I filled in for you on is my passion or my family's passion for Disney. So we go to Disney every single year. Obviously, we took some years off during the COVID season, but we go every single year. And I'll say, obviously, times have changed now that I have two little girls. So last year was the first time where they were old enough where they could actually really appreciate it, and it's just a completely different experience, but it's an awesome experience. So it even makes my passion for Disney even grow even stronger. I don't know if that's possible, but it is now that I can actually enjoy it with my girls and see their face just light up anytime they go on a ride, see a parade, see Mickey, and they know every character. And it's just awesome.
Your house has Disney Plus rolling pretty much 24/7. Is that right?
That is true. That is very true. So Disney's on constantly when they're home. And I'm lucky if I can get any TV show on. It's usually not until they go to bed where I can watch, and it's typically the news or reruns of The Office or maybe even Friends or something like that and before I go to bed. But yeah, I don't really watch much TV. It's Disney Plus. You name it, they know
Well,
it.
I guess that's the difference between you and Hanifa, you being married with two kids and Hanifa being single with, she can actually binge watch The Bachelor, and you are, just trying to struggle in to finish the day, it sounds like, and
Yep.
wrestling. and wrestle the TV away from Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's very tough. My wife does The Bachelorette, but even she has trouble getting the remote from him. She only has to watch it the next day or
Wait,
whenever
so
they
you
air
so
it
you
again.
got your family is a bachelor slash bachelorette family as well?
It goes back and forth. Some days yes, some days no. But
Well, maybe that'll be
um,
a future coffee with Brendan. Then you and Hanifa can explain, why Bachelor is a show to tune into.
yeah, I couldn't tell you that answer. I'll have my wife fill in for me that day.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm going to let you off the hook on that note, Brandon. Thank you for joining us today. Hope some of the clients, as I've mentioned, have been working with you, learned a thing or two about your background. And we look forward to next time we get together for coffee with Brendan. Thanks again.
Perfect. Thank you.